7课，电脑和网络网络 means the internet。我们先来看第一段 the first paragraph. We'll divide the first paragraph into two parts. The first part is from the beginning of the first paragraph to the sentence. 一会儿都离不开电脑。Okay, starting from the beginning. 张天明是个电脑迷。We learned in lesson 6. 球迷，歌迷 here is 电脑迷。So 张天明 is a computer fanatic. 他的电脑从早到晚都开着。His computer is on from morning till night. 好，從早到晚 means from morning till night. But this structure 從到 means from to. Okay, there are some other examples for you to understand this structure. For example, 他明年暑假he next year next summer break 要到中国去实习 is going to intern in China. 所以从早到晚 so from morning till night 都在学习中文 so that's why he has been studying Chinese from morning till night. 学跳舞learning dancing 要从易到难should be or needs to be learning from easy to difficult. 慢慢来and take it slowly. Means when it comes to learning how to dance, you have to go from easy to difficult and take it slowly. 他妹妹从小到大 means from little, from childhood to the adult 都不喜欢穿牛仔裤。Since she was little, his younger sister has never liked wearing jeans. 牛仔裤 jeans. 从你家到我家 from your house to my house 坐地铁 taking the subway 得40分钟 it needs to take 14 minutes. So here this is the structure in important structure in our lesson 7. 好，都开着开着 we know 开 means to open or to turn on. Why we need a 着 here? 这 here is used for continuous state. By adding 这 allows one to express that something is open or is on. 他在网上看新闻在网上 means on the internet 看新闻read news 查资料查 means to look for, to look up, or to search for. Here, to look for or to search for the 资料 means material. It can be reference or academic. Or you can translate as does research, 玩游戏 and plays games online. 有时候还在自己的网站上写博客。Sometimes 有时候 is the same as 有的时候the same. 有时候 also on his own website he writes a blog. 一会儿都离不开电脑。So he can't leave his computer for a moment. 离开 means to leave, to depart from. 离不开 here this is a potential complement we will talk about later. 离不开 means cannot leave. Cannot leave his computer even for a moment. 一会儿都离不开 So 一会儿都 plus some negation. For example, 不没 or 没有 Or in previous we have learned 一点儿都 or 一个都plus some negation. They all used in statements of emphatic negation. For example, in this case, 一会儿都离不开电脑 He can't leave the computer even for a moment. Or another sentence, 这个菜一点儿都不好吃啊。This dish is not tasty at all, even not in the least. 我一个都不知道啊。I don't know even a single one, or means I don't know any. Okay, go back to the potential complements. This is very, very important grammar. Potential complements. Let's move on to this slide. So it have two structures or two formats. The first one is verb. If it's positive or affirmative, we use the, and then plus complement. It can be resultative complement. It can be directional complement. But actually, negation form is usually more commonly used. So here we first introduce 不, verb 不 complement, or in this structure, verb 不 complement. This complement can be resultative complement or directional complement. This structure means not able to achieving an expected action. Okay, for example, 离不开. So here 离 is the verb, means to leave. 不开, 开 is literally it means open, but here it is function as a complement. 我一会儿都离不开手机. I can't tear myself away from my cell phone, not even for a moment. Here, you can see that I cannot leave because of subjective conditions. Another example is 看不懂. 看 means to look, to read, but I cannot understand it. For example, 我的日文水平不高. My Japanese is not good enough for 看不懂日文杂志, for reading Japanese magazines. Here, I cannot understand as also because of subjective condition. But this structure also applies to external circumstances. For example, 搬不进去. 搬 means to move. 进去 means to enter. Here, 房间的门太小. The door of this room is too small. 这张床搬不进去. So it's too small for the bed to fit through. So this one, we cannot move in the bed because of external circumstances. Next, 住不下. 住 means to live, and 下 is here as a complement. For example, 我的公寓很小. My apartment is too small. 住不下两个人, for two people to live in. This is also because of external circumstances. It's too small. Okay, there are some other examples. We don't list the sentences, but we just list the phrases here. 吃不完 means I cannot finish them. For example, finish eating them all. 看不清楚 I cannot see it clearly. 吃不到 I cannot eat it. For example, my hometown has a lot of fresh seafood. However, I cannot eat fresh seafood here in Milwaukee. 我在密尔沃基吃不到新鲜的海鲜 fresh seafood. Next, 查不到 I cannot find or look up or do the research about something. 打不开 means I cannot open. 穿不下 means, for example, this clothes too small. 这个衣服太小了，我穿不下 I could not fit in. And the most commonly mistake that students have is they use 不能 means cannot. It also means cannot when they translate instead of using the potential complement. However, these two structures, 不能 and potential complement, have different meanings. For example, I'll give an example here. 我一会儿都离不开电脑. I can't tear myself away from a computer, not even for a moment. The inability has to do with the speaker. Because my problem, I cannot leave the computers. Then in this case, we use potential complement, 离不开. Another case, we can use 不能, but the meaning is different. 我一会儿都不能离开电脑. 离开了，电脑会出问题。I can't leave the computer even for a moment. If I do, something will go wrong with the computer. So here, I can't leave the computer because there's a problem with the computer, not about me, but the computer. So I shouldn't be away from it. So here we can see different contexts. Under different contexts, we use different structure, either the potential complement or 不能. Okay. Although most of the time we use negation form, the affirmative structure still applies. For the affirmative, we use 的. For example, 离得开. Instead of say 离不开, the negative form, the affirmative form is 离得开, 吃得完, 看得清楚 means be able to achieve an expected action. So I can see it clearly. 吃得到, 查得到, 住得下, 打得开. And in affirmative statements, actually, people tend to use 能 plus complement. For example, we can say 我能离开, 我能吃完, 我能看清楚. So for the affirmative complement, affirmative statements, we can use 能. So they are the same here. Okay, and there's another format of potential complement. We don't use complement, instead we use 了. Verb 的 or verb 不了. Pay attention to the pronunciation here is 了. So this indicates whether subjective or objective conditions permit the realization of a certain action. It also often appear in negative form. So that's why we put the negative form here first. And it is interchangeable with 不能, with 不能. So here, the second structure is verb 不了, which is the same as 不能, but there's slight difference. Verb 不了 is more conversational than 不能. But the meaning is not able to achieving an expected action. Here, an example, 去不了, I cannot go. 我明天晚上有课, tomorrow I have a class. 那个演唱会我去不了了. I won't be able to go to the concert. Or you can say 我不能去了. You either use the potential complement 去不了, or you can use 不能, 不能去. Next, 住不了. 那栋楼没有水电. That building doesn't have water or electricity. 住不了人. It is uninhabitable. Or you can say 不能住人. Or some other example is 受不了. I cannot bear it, endure it. 用不了, cannot use it. 写不了, I cannot write. For the affirmative form, we use 的, verb 得了. We'll simply use this as an example. 受得了. For example, 天气这么热, the weather is so hot. 你不打空调, and you don't turn on the air condition. 受得了吗? Can you endure it? Okay, so that's all for the summary of potential complement.